Hey, welcome to the channel. So I did something I don't usually do. I bought a used tool. And in this case, it was a Christmas present for myself. And what I got is a Morse metal cutting saw. And the price was right on this one, so I grabbed it. We're going to give it a try. So here it is. It's a Morse Metal Devil NXT. It's a 9-inch circle saw, basically metal cutting circle saw. I'll spin it on around here. There's all the details, model number, all that good stuff. I want to go ahead and give this thing a try. I got some little upcoming projects we're doing here. Get into doing some more of putting the Fab back into Fab Race Mod Repeat. And this little saw is going to help us do just that. Okay, so I got the old blade out. Now we're going to put the new blade back in. Now this thing is not quite as easy to put a blade on as you might think. There's some disassembly required. Here's my new blade. Now unfortunately, in my orders of steel I got in the last few weeks, I don't have anything thinner than 3/16 or thinner, I should say. But I do got some more coming. So we'll try this thing out at a later date. But I didn't want to waste the footage I shot this morning, so let's go ahead. And it comes with a nice protective wrapper around this carbide blade so you don't cut yourself. And it also has an arrow on it. I don't know if it'll show up. It's right there. There it is. Telling you that it rotates this way. So you point the teeth that way. See if we can get it back in here. And there's a notch right here. I don't have the owner's manual to this thing. It doesn't look like it lines up with anything, so I'm going to go ahead and get it on here. Alright, then this is only one way it can go on. It's keyed. Run this back down. Get the safety guard out of the way. Put the big wrench on it. And its own rotation helps tighten it. So that's a plus. Now, there's a screw goes here, screw goes here, screw goes here. And this one down here, it's recessed. Get over here. It's recessed down on this little tab right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in with the plate. Get my little screwdriver ready here. Find it, get it started. There it goes. And we get this one started. Run everything down good and tight. Remember, it's a cast aluminum housing, so don't go too tight, you'll pull the threads out. Then the safety cover, not wanting to cooperate. There it goes. And it's one of them deals, once you get everything lined up, it'll all go right together. And there it is. Now I got one other little thing I got to take care of before we run this thing. There's a screw over here on this side. And I know you ain't got enough light to see down in there. Let me see if I can get it to light up. See that little screw right there? That's an oiling bung for oiling this shaft. And I got to get a hold of an owner's manual for this thing, or call the guy back I got it from and see if he's got the owner's manual to it, and see what kind of oil it takes. So while we're waiting for that to come in, that's the downside of buying a used tool. Sometimes you're missing the owner's manual and you got to do a little research. But there it is. And I got to find out what these two switches are. It's got two switches here on top of the handle. Let me lower it back down. It's got two switches up here. I don't know if that's just for the cutting little laser beam light that it's got, or if that changes the speed of the saw. So I need to do some research on that, and we'll go from there. So that's where we're at for right now. Hopefully this thing's going to be a good tool. I may go ahead and turn this video loose and introduce it. But anyway, this is me stepping outside of my box, doing something I don't usually do, and buying a used equipment. So, you know, big equipment's one thing. Hand tools, I usually like to get new ones. And as you can see, for the price of the saw and the price of a blade, I'm still ahead of the game. And we may be able to take this blade and make a knife out of it or something. Okay, so why am I doing this way? I set this up as a basic field condition. I want to try this thing at the worst possible angle. I found a piece of metal to cut with it. I couldn't leave y'all hanging like that. I got to go ahead and do it. So I'm going to chop a few practice coupons off of here, and also a couple of pieces that are going to be used in an upcoming project. So what we got here is a 2-inch wide, 1/8 inch piece of flat stock. Now I'm going to go ahead and chop some pieces off. Alright, so here we go. Got the glasses on. Got the camera rolling from 2 angles. Gloves on. Alright, here we go. Thing seems a little difficult to drive. Other than that, with a nice clean blade. Got a little burr to file off, but nothing major. Get a little bit of a burr. You can see it right there. But that cut's pretty clean. That's cool. And it's straight. Let's chop off another piece. See if we got that burr again. Yeah, we got that little burr again. But you know what? That's a small price to pay. See how square it is. Wow. And it's pretty square. Wow. Alright. So I'm going to say this thing's a success. I'm not going to use it much more because I don't want to be wasting the blade. So I'm going to chop off 2 more 2-inch pieces. Nothing. So let's try letting it run out a little bit. Put a little more distance out here. I'm going to cut here, and then I'm going to cut here. Let's see how it does out on this end. Like that. Wow, that cut's nice. That cuts real nice. Okay. So I got me 2 tabs to use and 2 tabs to play with. And I gotta say, in the big overall picture of things, do I think it's worth buying one of these? Yeah, I do. If it keeps cutting like this, we'll try it on some thicker stuff later. But if it keeps cutting like this, I mean, this is a nice finished edge. Just get that little burr to deal with. That's just a quick hit with the grinder, or a quick hit with the flat file, and that plate's ready to go. That's worth it. I think the big trick here is going to be like any tool. Don't force it. Let the blade do its work. You'll get more cuts out of it. They say they can last up to 1,000 cuts. Well, we're going to find out. And if it keeps cutting like that, I may use this for some of the things I was looking at getting a plasma cutter for. Though I do still need to get a plasma cutter. But this will allow it to wait a little while. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting. Our first real tool test. And like I said, this is to help us put the Fab back in Fab Race Mod Repeat on some of these upcoming projects we got this year and moving forward. So until always, practice your skills, think outside of your box, learn a new skill, turn it into craftsmanship, or go as far as you can with it. If it doesn't work out the first time, try again. You only fail if you give up. So keep trying, keep learning, keep growing. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this has been Fab Race Mod Repeat. Have a great day.